Just trying to see if I... Hey everyone, I'm just trying to set it up and then we'll go in a second if you're there. Just trying to set this up real quick. Let's see if I can go on and see if that YouTube is on or not. It should all work this time. Maybe. I fixed it, I think. Yeah, okay. Should work. Let's see if, there it is. Okay. That's good. All right, that's done. And I think I'm just checking if you hear weird stuff, it's because I'm going on websites and it... okay. It says, let's see. Hi, Crystal. I hope not. I hope it will last a long time. I hope it won't be a problem this time. Like, I actually figured it out, I think. So, but for some reason, it should work fine. Until we'll see what happens when I put on Twitch. I mean, TikTok. But it should be working. How long will this headache last? I don't know. I hope it lasts a long time. It's not a headache. Let's hope. Okay, I'm on everywhere else. And everything's going good, I think. So, yeah, it's working good. I figured it out. There's something with my graphics card and my computer, and it was trying to use both or something. I don't know. It was trying to use the same one. TikTok was. And so, I think I figured it out. If not, well, live and learn, right? Okay, so we're gonna go to TikTok and we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I just pressed it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. It should be fine. And then I will take off my preview on... Well, I gotta see it. Hi! Hi, Don Marie! Okay, let's see. Alright. And we should even have messages from TikTok showing up on there, hopefully. So how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? I have to get the chat like bigger, otherwise I'm not gonna be looking at my screen like that forever. But like, all right. Don Marie, I forgot you. I think you might have gone off. I think I'm on. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this over here so I'm not. Everything going okay yet? Yeah, you're here. Good. Because then I can give you a reading. I don't know why. Hi, Scooby Dooby. Heather? Okay, Dawn, you want a card? Okay. I want to have the Trust Your Vibes card. Oh, I know what it is. Hi, Heather. How you doing? How was your day yesterday? I hope you had a nice day. Celebrating your son's birthday. You're welcome, Dawn. Thank you for waiting. I know I forgot you last time you were on. So Oh, I'm glad it was a good day. That's good. My daughter's birthday's today, so I'm glad. It's funny. It's like doing it twice because of the restream. I think so. It's gonna. I don't know. Okay. For some reason, it's doing restream and that one. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, she's 22. 22. It's gonna keep on doing that. Let me see if I can fix that. It's gonna keep on saying like 10 million different times. It's gonna repeat it. I don't know why it's doing that. But okay. Oh, you're 22 again. Yeah. Let's see how many times it says it. Like on the stream, it will say like it does it 3 times. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's interesting. Okay, maybe I can I'll just stop it. Otherwise, it's gonna be annoying because there's gonna be too many messages. All right. Okay. I wish I was 22 too, but have the knowledge that I have now. You know what I mean? Okay, Dawn Marie. This is the fairy tale heroine. Oh, wow. This is Fairy Hill. I like that. It makes me I feel like you can sense um you know, I don't know much about you personally, Dawn Marie, but I don't feel like you have like a sense um of spirit and around you. I feel like you can kind of I feel like it's like I feel like there's like a reunion like type thing. I feel like it like almost like I don't know why I have dreams like this where I have all the people that have passed, like my grandparents, my dad, and I feel like there's like and then people that are living too, like we'll be at a reunion. Um uh it reminds me of that it's like just looking off in the distance and just thinking about their world and what they're doing, you know? It's like it just seems magical and um you know, you feel kind of like a person on the outside looking in because you can't, you know, it's hard to but I feel like it's just knowing that oh, you've been told you're going to have a reunion for oh, really? Really? Interesting. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think I have. Let me see something. Hold on. Am I restream doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Um, yeah, it just feels like maybe they're indicating they're gonna be there at that reunion too. It's like gonna be like, um, I mean, I think especially when a lot of people get together, I feel like they do kind of like during weddings and stuff. It's just like I feel like that's why like people bring up those not just because they miss them too, but they're kind of there to watch over and and to enjoy the festivities just as much as we are. We just, can't partake as well. Hi, Radican Bunny. How you doing? Um, do you have more of a like your father um in spirit? I feel like there's a man in spirit. I feel there's a father. I feel like he's like, feel like you would have had issues with your his heart. I feel anxious too. I don't know. So I assume I'm feeling like it's his heart, Dawn, and oh, you miss your daddy. Yeah, I feel like he was the one that kind of bring the family together. You know? Oh, he had lung cancer. Okay. Have you been feeling anxious lately, Dawn? Maybe you just missing, maybe just missing your dad. I feel like he was one to kind of bring the family together. I feel like it's kind of unusual because I feel like most of the time it's the females, like the um that do. You know, but I think you just really had a charismatic. Well, you said he brings sunshine, but I feel like he had really had a charismatic way of like talking to people and was like a fun I mean, a fun person to be around. I think if you were to he if he was at a party or a place, in the room, you would know he was um mom also in spirit. Yeah. And I feel like it's just like if he was in the room, you know, he would light it up. It was like you could tell like when you if you were at two different rooms, he was in, one day he's there and one day he's not because he's just not. You would know, you can feel the difference. It's just a different vibe. Comical, yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing readings, but I can bunny, so if you want a reading I can give you one. I'm glad you're doing good too. um let's see. Yeah, I feel like he was one to make jokes even if people didn't get them. So um sure, Scooby. Heather, I can do that. Hi, Tina. Well, thank you. um I do sense that you said your mom. I do sense she's there too a bit. I feel like he's just more of a commending, energy. So I didn't, but I feel like she's there. She kind of lets him have the stage, and I feel like he's just really he. I feel like there's been some time. I don't think it's like a tough time right now, Don. I think it was prior, but then it's gotten better. But I feel like he's been just there to support. He's there to support you. I feel like he's glad things are getting better. I feel like it's like a easier. Things are getting a little bit easier, if that makes sense. And I feel like he's just saying like He's saying, "Honey, just seeing things through, and it'll keep on getting better." I feel like it's just, you know, feeling the feeling that they weren't was for a while. It was just you felt kind of stuck. Um and I feel like he's really expressing that during those times you guys, and your mom would, I feel like you're so close, you would have had talks and it would have been reassuring. And I think it's been hard, it's been past, I feel like, for a bit now, but I don't feel like it's been too recent. But I feel like it's I mean, no matter the time frame, it's still, they're gone to you, physically. So it's been hard, if that makes sense. And I feel like he's just saying, that they are there still listening to you. I feel like you do still kind of talk to them. Yeah, so um and I feel like your mom used to get headaches or something with her head. Um so let's see if I have any a present from them, from spirit. I feel like it's just I was thinking of a present from spirit, but then I had issues with my lower back. I don't know if that's why they're showing that, but yeah. Oh, your mom used to. Okay, she used to have fifth. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, that's yeah. No matter how long it is, it still is like, you miss them, and you miss, their the connection and the love that you felt when physically, when when you saw them. Um, when you saw them, it's still there, but it's hard, because you can't hear them talk to you back, but they're there. And I feel like your mom is she was like showing me, like, I don't know if you've been trying to do more like crafts or something. I feel like you're trying to do something, and she's just telling you that, I think it feels like you were trying to do a craft, but then you had issues like with it, and so then you kind of like got a little frustrated. But she's saying like you're doing a good job. You'll figure it out. Feels like, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what she said. That's what she showed me. I feel like you're frustrated doing something, and then she's like, "You'll figure it out." Felt like one of your hobbies that you're trying to do. So I'll leave their love with you, Dawn Marie. Thank you for coming over the live. They're very there's so much love in their hearts for you, and they really, you know it just they just want to give you big hugs. It's just one of those things. It's just like, send their spirit hug to you. So thank you, Tina, for the roses and stuff. It's nice. God bless you too. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Spirit's pleasure. Okay. Let's see if I can get this thing to stop doing like a multiple. It's multiple whatever. I don't know why it's doing that. I can do it real quick. So I think the next one is, who did I say was next? Do you remember? I think it was Scooby. Let's see. We'll just do. I'm trying to see why it keeps on repeating itself. I don't know why. Um, it's kind of odd. But if Restream's doing that, I could probably just take off. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. I'm confused. But what's new? Okay. So, who's next? I forget. I think I said Scooby. Uh, and then, yeah, Scooby. Heather. Heather's next, I think, right? Or, yeah, you're here. Okay, good. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do? I guess I'll do. Do you know what card deck you want? Anything I want, probably, huh? Let's see. I got these. Okay, Tina. Rack and Bunny. Yeah, Rack and Bunny's there. That's right. Okay. That's right. I was trying to think of it. I was like, I know it's Heather and then Rack and. Okay. Oh, she can go first. Okay, Rack and Bunny. It's you go first. Let's see. I couldn't remember who it was. All right. Let's see. How about fairies for Rack and Bunny? Did you have a question, Rack and Bunny, or am I just? It doesn't. Nancy. Okay. Hi, Nancy. I always just end up like Scooby's been Heather Scooby Doo has been on for a while, but I see the name Scooby and I just say it, and then I'm like, oh, Heather. So I'll still probably call you that here and there, Nancy. I just go on automatic sometimes. Okay. Did you have a question, Nancy? Hi. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. What I got here. They must have an update on something. Okay, magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Okay. So I feel like, well, there's something that's calling to you, but I feel like there's like a apprehension. There's been a lot of procrastination or fear involved. I feel like that for you, Nancy, it's like you want to do it, but then there's like the concern of, is like the overthinking or just not as much overthinking. I think it's more of just kind of like stagnation, like, oh, like sometimes it's more of like, um well, I want this to happen first before I do that, and then so you don't do it yet. Yes, there has been, yeah. I feel like there's it's thing is, when things are good for us, sometimes they're the hardest to do. Even, like, even good change is stressful, because it's change. But I feel like for you, once you do it, um it's gonna be like, well, oh man, why did I wait so long, you know but you can't. It's also knowing that when you do it, don't get too down on yourself that don't get too down on yourself that you didn't do it in time, or earlier, um that's another trap that you can fall into. I feel like it's understanding, like, sometimes you have the certain tools that you have, and they're good for that certain time, and then you grow as a person, and then you end up having other tools, and then you can't look at the tools that you have, that you had these tools, then you had these tools, and then all of a sudden you have better tools, and then you start judging yourself when you had the other tools. Why did I do it that way? Well, it's because that's the only tools you had. You had to grow and get better tools or ways of doing things before you could you know. So, there's always you got to be yeah, you have to be in a certain place and have more of that, but I think it's just having the not putting those restrictions on yourself, like, you already have that to deal with, not not piling on more, going, well, I'll wait. I hope that makes sense. But I feel like if you it's so much will open up for you. And it's the reason why I'm staying on this, because I think it's very important to you. I feel like it's more of like, just energetically, it's gonna really you're gonna feel a lot better. And I feel like it has to do with, like, learning something and job wise. Does that make sense? I feel like it's to deal with your job. Um, yes, it does. Okay. Um, and that's the thing. It's hard to say to do stuff like that. Is gonna, like, possibly, you don't want to. What they say, like, what, I don't know how to say. Why is this? I haven't heard this in a while, but, like, disrupt the cart or something like that. Don't want to. You know what I mean? It's like, so. Um, yeah. I feel like you had. I feel like a grandpa in spirit for you, Nancy. It feels like well, it's a male. I don't feel like it's a. I don't know if it feels more like a grandpa energy to me. I feel like, just like, uh Don Ree. I feel like he was a jokester, but he was more of like, I don't know, just the way he would laugh. I feel like like, I don't know, like, why. But kind of like that. Like, it was a little grandpa passed away. Yeah, okay, yeah. And I feel like he more of like a like, no, maybe it's not like that, but, like, kind of like not a lot, and he would um make the groaner jokes, like, and think they were funny. Because, hi, how you doing? See through. Nice to see you. Um, I feel like he would have passed away from more so, like, I don't know if he had a lot of fluid retention. I feel like he had, like, on his, like, he had issues with his, like, legs. I feel like circulation. Um, Thank you, see through. That's very nice of you. You always try to make everyone laugh. Yeah. I feel. Wonder if he had, like, he had kidney fit. Okay, yeah. Is that, yeah? I don't know. Does that what happens when you have? I feel like it was like with those legs, like fluid was building up. Maybe that's. I don't really know much. I'm not. So that's what it felt like. So maybe that's what. Um, I think that happens. I think. I feel like. Did he work with wood? I feel like he worked with wood. I don't know. Sometimes I get that with the, but I feel like he was like more of a, like, he had a workshop in the basement, like he worked with the and built things. I feel like he did that until his eyes kind of got bad. I feel like my eyes started kind of like, um Oh, repair TVs. Okay. So I was seeing like out like kind of like in a like workbench, and he's working on it made me feel like working with something. Feel like his eyes kind of like I feel like there was like issues with like seeing good enough things. I feel like he would have you have like if there's something about like I know we were talking about birthdays before, but I feel like there's like some kind of card, like a birthday card or something, like you still have that. Yeah, it is amazing. It feels like you have like a card or I feel like it's a card like he wrote and you have it. It's like something he wrote to you. I don't know if you know it. He's just showing me like that. I feel like I don't know if you have it yet, but it's like maybe it's just more that he they made sure they sent you cards more for your birthday each time, and it was like something special like that. But it felt like you still had that when you were younger. Okay, well, I felt like he had there was like he still had because I think like like my grandma used to do them, but it's like my grandpa never did, and I feel like he it was kind of different though. Like I feel like he even um made sure you would get one. I don't know. It was just something about that. Um, I feel like he would have took you to go look at. Um, they have a special swing. I feel like there was like something about going and seeing some birds too. It was something about birds. Um, maybe there's birds you see now that he's referring to, but I made it feel like it was like when you were when he was alive. But sometimes they do talk about stuff you see now. So it makes me feel like they're back at, sometimes you can feed them, sometimes you can't. But like back in the day, people would have fed these type of birds, um, like ducks or whatever. So, well, I'll leave his love with you, Nancy. Oh, seagulls. Maybe that's what it is. I was just like, I knew it was by water, but um, you're welcome. You're welcome, Nancy. Yeah, I don't know if you fed them with him or watched them. I felt like it was like something you guys would go and he would be like, "Let's go look at the birds." You know what I mean? Like something special you guys did together. Um, and it made me feel that way because, well, I used to go feed. Well, I don't remember this, but feed ducks with my grandpa, and for some reason he brought up that memory because they'll bring up my own memories or things that I know about. Um, so it made me feel like that. So made me feel like you was like when you were younger, you were like his little buddy, you know? Um, well, thank you, Nancy, for coming alive. All right. Heather, I think you're still here. You're welcome. card were we gonna do, Heather? Oh yeah, spirit animals. Yes, spirit animals for Heather. Watch, now we'll pull up seagulls. That's usually what happens, right? Seagulls or ducks or something. Oh, it's a falcon. So, but act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Easy for me to say. This is for her, you Heather. Um, it makes me feel like, falcons are go after prey. It's like either there's something there for you just to grab and you just got to do it. It's yours for the taking, and until just yeah, act on it. And just don't overthink it, you know. Because it's you saw it, you know it's there, just take it. You got it. Yeah. Okay. um yeah. And this I feel too. It's like just be willing to accept that you deserve good things. It's time for good fortune and abundance. So be willing to receive all good things in your life. Um I think sometimes we don't, we kind of question things like, is this really true? I think it is, and you should. You deserve it. Um, oh, good. Yeah, I feel like it's good to hear that. You do. It's very true. You should. I think we always think that, oh, waiting for the next shoe to drop, right? Um, I think that we kind of manifest that sometimes, because we expect that from the universe, and the universe will give you what you expect. So it's good to kind of go, no, I expect that good things will come to me, and they're here because I'm a good person. I deserve it, and it's a good thing. Not waiting for that. Oh no, something. I bet you something's gonna happen later. Because the universe is gonna go, oh, that's what you manifested. You just want it. It's yeah, it's the rabbit hole we go down sometimes. Like I feel like a not. I feel like there's somebody in spirit that just knows the. There's like a loneliness. Not I don't want to say it to you, but it was like I have a feeling of loneliness, and I feel like it's for somebody in spirit that I feel like it was like a feels like a I don't know if you had like a friend that used to have that passed away, obviously. She's in spirit, but I don't know why I talk. I just talk. But I feel like there's like okay, so a person in spirit that has, and I feel like it's a friend of yours that you had. I feel like she would have passed away. Now, no, when I say friend, maybe it could have been a cousin, but I feel like it. I want to say in her 30s, and there was there's just something she didn't know she had. Um, Hi, how you doing, Justina? You don't know Heather? Somebody like I feel like you had a like a. I feel like she was in her. Well, she's showing me in her 30s. I feel like she's like late 30s, and I feel like she passed away. I feel like she was a friend or cousin. Sometimes maybe you don't. Maybe it'll come to you later. I don't know. Sometimes you have friends and you don't remember. You think, oh yeah, that person. I feel like she had curlier hair. It was long and it was like curly and it, um, the kind. I don't wanna say that, and that's kind of like not frizzy, but kind of a little bit more. And about my length, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good though, Justina. Let me see if I can come up. I just feel like I feel like she had an illness that she didn't know she had. It feels like almost like a aneurysm or something, or like something that. Okay, did your best friend? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I feel like there's something in her head. Did they not know that she had something? I feel like there was something like she didn't know she had like a bad illness. Oh, her birthday is the 4th of July. She was. Oh. But she was like, was she like in her late 30s when she passed away? I don't know why I'm getting like 30s. Or is that when you met her? Maybe you met her, you guys became friends, met each other in their 30s? Um, oh, she was older. Maybe, did you meet her when you were in their 30s? Wow. It does. She gave me 30s for some reason. Maybe that's just, sometimes they present themselves the way they want, the age that they liked at the time too, but she was. I feel like, well, it felt like, I don't know why there was this loneliness to it, and and yeah, and so I'm gonna leave that there. And then I feel like she's just in was is showing that connection that you guys had together. I feel like that was really important to her in her life. She had a really good relationship with her husband, but I feel like it's like you can't replace a good, like, like a good girlfriend, like having being with the girls, and I think it's just being able to talk about things you can't talk about with your husband, and it's just I feel like she's just showing herself that I don't know. Maybe you can understand why she came now. Was she feel like You might have been thinking about her too. She wants to give you like a necklace. I feel like it's a necklace with a heart. It makes me feel like a best friend necklace. I think it's just symbolic that you're best friends, like you said. But it made me feel like, like I feel like you guys are like a piece of each other. It, I do feel like there is Oh, you wonder if it was your other friend. Okay. Hmm. Well, I feel like you just were a piece of each other for some reason. I feel like you were like of a whole, but a piece of each one. Okay. You haven't talked to her in years. Yeah, I don't. I just feel like well, she had the curly hair. I feel like I told you how she passed away. The loneliness. I feel like there was like a feeling of connection. I don't think she like had a lot of other friends, or really. I think she had. Well, I don't want to say didn't have a lot of other friends. I feel like she just didn't have other ones that where she was open with. I feel like there's acquaintances and stuff, where um, she might have been friendly and had other people that she talked to, but I don't feel like she like really, you know, opened up as much as she did with you. That makes sense. So, which it's, I mean, it makes me feel like there was a lot of not just talk with each other, but like laughter, and there was, I feel like there was some type of hijinks sometimes. You were kind of goofing around, but just laughing and being able to joke with each other. But I don't think it was. I feel like there's one relationship was more of the friends you're talking about. The two friends, I think one is more serious and one was more like being able to joke around. Those type of friends. Um, so from that, maybe you can. I think she's just here to support you and show that she's around you. I think it's well, especially with everything going on this week. So maybe it even has to do with the card of you, you know, going for what you want to do. Maybe it's been a thing that you've been wanting to do for a while and she's was kind of involved. Okay. Yeah, well, it does come later on, it's like you just go, "Oh yeah," It's a lot to take in sometimes. All right, Heather. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Am I doing any sessions? Yeah, I did two today. Just you're welcome, Heather. I do them on Zoom. I did one local today at a house at a lady's house, um but yeah, I do. I haven't been on Very Soul though, but I have been. I have I can if you ever want a private session, Justina. Um, I for 15 minutes it's 33. For 30 it's 60, and then for an hour it's 111. So yeah. Hi Leah, how you doing? But I can if you go to. Oh sure. Do you want a card real quick? Do you want a small little reading now, Justina? No problem. I think who did I Was there anybody else waiting? I can't remember. I don't think there was. I don't think there was. Okay. If I always forget. I go into this like thing and then I forget. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Let's see, Justina. I feel like let's do this one. The Archangel activations. They have a lot of words on it, but it's okay. Sometimes they mean usually they mean stuff for people. Okay. This is the only deck that has like a lot of like it's not a lot of words, but it feels like a lot. Oh, oh, okay. Let's see what this one. Earth Guardian. Okay, so they show the it's angelic activations oracle. So this is the front, and then the back says Earth Guardians learning in the learning in the happening. You may be telling yourself that everything happens for a reason, but this might not be helping you heal from the pain a particular situation has caused you. It's important to know that there isn't a divine plan to teach you a lesson. It's more that life experiences unfold based on your decisions in order for you to learn from every moment. Today, you are being encouraged to find the reason behind what's happening now, and the reason is you. I'm open to expanding my knowledge and learning. Okay, Leah. Yeah, I'll give after Justina, I'll give you a reading. So I think it's just saying, well, what it's saying is like sometimes it the things that do happen are because you can't just like chalk up everything to like it's trying to teach me a lesson. Sometimes it's just because you made the decisions you made, right? But I don't know. You kind of do make the decisions you made because you need to learn a lesson. It goes hand in, I don't know. It's the card's kind of weird. But I do what I see it more so is not the words, but more so like the the fire and the smoke around him. It makes me feel like there's a burning of like of intenseness of yourself, but then you then put it down and you stifle it. So as much as you're trying to like excel, it's like you also are putting out your own fire. It makes me feel like, it's like you have to feel that worthiness of yourself inside, because no matter what anybody's building up, you can only build up the fire on the outside for so long. It's got to also burn inside. Otherwise, you're going to I feel like there's just a lot of you don't feel quite adequate right now. Oh. Yeah, I feel like it's a the self-worth. You got to look at yourself like you would your own child, and how compassionate you are about you would look at them and when you don't feel well, you know, if they wouldn't feel well, you would take care of them, you have to take care of yourself as well, just like that. And the judge, I think there's a lot of like judging that we do. I mean, like it's good, but at the same time, sometimes it's not healthy, you know. You know, we learn how we talk to ourselves as we're growing up. Sometimes, those people have the parents that do give the nice, encouraging things, and even through that, the kid might still, you know, do the same. But I think there is that, still might do the same of the negative. But I think it most of the time when that happens, it's like really listening to what you say to yourself, and how that makes you feel, and like turning that whole narrative around. Don't let people define you. I think we get conditioned and be like, yeah, I'm just going to do this, and it's like, no, you know. I feel a lot of pain in your stomach, and it's just stress. I feel like you're very stressed. You have a male. I feel like it's a father figure. I remember our reading we had with Very Soul. I remember, yeah, you're very confused and lost. Huh? I remember he's still around you too. That the one, but I feel him. He's always there, and but I do feel this like father figure in your, and I feel like been more like I think it's your father. I feel like it's more like a grandfather. He just he knows who you are, and he was your biggest advocate and very very like cheerleader. Yeah, your grandpa. And I feel like he was your cheerleader, and I feel like he really would have said to you, I don't know why I want to say Mimi, like pick yourself up, Mimi. I don't know, something about Minnie. Pick yourself up. I feel like it's just like pick yourself up, you know? My okay. I don't, yeah. And it's like he's just really like matter of fact, like you oh me, oh, okay. Spanish. Yeah, see that's I don't know. Um it's like it's very loving, but very like tough love, but not judgmental tough. It's an unconditional like tough love. Like you got this. This is not who you are going to have bad days. There's going to be these things, but don't let that define you. Just keep on doing it again. Do it, change it. Change your own narrative. This is not There's something about not forever, you know? This isn't yeah. But you can change it. I mean, like no one's ever stuck. You feel like you're stuck cuz you're afraid of what's going to happen. I mean, like really, Yeah. You can get out. Oh, live studio things. I'm inactive for some stupid reason. Okay. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but at the same time, you know, the best things something about that. The best things in life aren't easy, you know? It's going to be hard, but really would you want to stay there if you're that miserable? And then and then this feeling like, I do feel that feeling of like not knowing where to go or what to do, but there are places to go ask. Um, and there's help out there too, like, I mean, there is something, you know, I'm not saying it's good, easy. It's scary, the unknown, but yeah. But your grandpa's rooting for you. He knows you can do it. Yeah. It's scary. Yeah. What's scarier? Staying like this? I think yeah, right? I mean, like, living your life like this out of fear, right? So it's like ripping off the band-aid, you know. You got to take it off. Yeah, it's irritating. Yeah. You know, the band-aid's got to come off. So, how you want to take it off? You know? One quick swoop gonna hurt, but for a short time, or really long and drawn out, and then it gets, you're gonna end up in the same spot. It's just a matter of time. Time, what do you want to do? It's up to you, but know that spirits there rooting for you, and I mean, you can only do so much though. Too, I understand you gotta survive and do all these, the normal life stuff, but I think that you could, you know, find a way through it. Well, I leave his love with you. He's there, and so is your your friend that we talked about, Very Soul. So he's there too. You have lot of, lot of support up there. So you're welcome, Justina. I'll send you some positive healing there. So, all right, leave their love with you. Leah, you ready? You want a card reading? Leah. I appreciate you, Justina, and my heart goes out to you. It's got to be tough, and I don't know. I just feel like I think we all come into each other's lives for a reason, and I feel like you just really are like I don't know, like a like a soul sister or something. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just I feel very, you know. I think you're an amazing person, and I hope you feel that inside. All right, Leah. Let's see what you got. All right. Hey, hey, hey. We got messages repeating over and over again. It's fun. But at least my stream is not stalling. So I'll take what I can get. Okay. Yeah. Hope you've been doing well. Okay. Oh, I feel like a mom in spirit for you, Leah. Very much a mom energy. It could be, it could be a grandma. Sometimes, they raise us or whatever. But I do think it could be, it feels very, like this woman, she feels warm. But I also have this like a warm personality and but I feel very grounded and very like matter of fact sometimes. And I feel like she had issues with her left side. I don't know, she had a stroke. Um, oh, your probably your dad's mom, your grandma. She liked daisies. I feel like for some reason when well, it said happiness. I feel like I don't know if that's it's like I don't even know if that's a real flower in there. It's a type of flower. Yeah, okay. She's Irish, very matter of fact. Yeah, I feel like she's warm. I don't want to make it seem like she's like but yeah, she's very cuz like I feel like my I don't know, I'm everything. So, I have a little bit Irish. I'm like a mutt. I'm a mutt. So, like all over the map. But I feel like my grandma had some Irish too, but very little. But and she was kind of blunt. She was loving, but I feel like that, that grandma, like, oh, it's okay, honey. She wasn't like that. She was like more of like warm and nice and stuff, but like and loving, but very, yeah, matter of fact. Um, just very grounded, like, well, that's because we gotta, you know, press on. But I feel like there's like, I don't know, it was like daisies for some reason. Did you have them? I feel like they were, makes me feel like they were at somebody's wedding. Or did you have daisies in your wedding? If you had a wedding, I feel like sometimes I say it. I'm not even married. I'm like, oh, okay, but I feel like it's like, oh, like, oh, something that was done at just talking to myself now, but just do that. I feel like it was something that it was a daisy, and I feel like it was something that was like somewhat, it could be in her funeral, but I feel like it was more of like a celebration. There was a daisy. There's something about daisies. I'll say that. I feel like there was I feel like she had like a cane, like I don't know why. I want to like maybe it's just the way she would say stuff. I don't know. I feel like there was always like a period to it. Like it was like that was the end of it. I don't know why I want to say a cane though. Like I feel like there was always like maybe it's just the bluntness again. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but it's like, like you would be like, And that's what I mean. I feel like a cane would be like not like pounded down, but you kind of like um yeah, she did. Yeah. I feel like it would just be like more of a it might have been just a mannerism of like her messing around with it while she was talking or something. But I feel like especially when she was standing, because she was being maybe I guess Irish people do talk with their hands. Maybe that's why. Like she couldn't because she had the cane and she's like, you know. um okay. Oh, she would hit a cane. Oh, okay. That's why you could take that different. Okay. She had a stick for walking and a cane to hit over the back of the hands, but never got it. Well, good for you. You're the good one. um, or good at hiding it. No, I'm kidding. uh, I feel like your dad was a like he makes me feel like he was the baby of the family, or he was babied by her, and I feel like they had like he was a mama's boy. I feel like he would have loved helping her. I feel like that's why you would be there with her. You'd be there with your dad. Makes me feel like he's with her too. I don't know if your dad. I feel like your dad's with her. I don't. Yeah, he was the youngest. Yeah. Okay. I feel like they're together, but maybe it's just that maybe there's just that closeness that I'm feeling. Oh, that's when you used to see her. Yeah. I feel like he would have helped her around the house, and I mean his dad had passed away a bit before. I feel. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I feel like your dad would have. I think his dad would have passed away too beforehand, and he was helping her out. I feel like they're together. Um, so that makes sense. I knew they were close, but it seemed like they were like now together. So I feel like he would have like worked on. Did he work on like cars? I feel like my dad worked on cars, so I'm trying not to like. Am I just? But it feels like he had that same type of. Oh yes, okay. That what I mean. And I feel like he I feel like there's an but if he the way he passed was like an accident. I don't feel like it's an illness as much. Motorbikes, okay, yeah, yeah. I can answer you later in a little bit, user 207. Sure, I can. I'll let you know. Um, yeah, my dad liked bikes too. I have oh, I can see it. My motorcycle. There's nobody on the back because oh, he hung himself. Yeah, okay. I think I might have. I don't know if I've, but it did feel like there wasn't like it wasn't an illness, so I didn't. Sorry, Leah. There is just a feeling of wanting you to know that he loves you a lot. And the overwhelming feeling I have of that is a lot of love there, and there's just, there's sometimes you just let a lot of things get wrapped up into it, you know, and didn't really see the what was really what really mattered, you know. You're welcome, Leah. I just there's just so much care and wanting you to know that, and it's he just wants you to be happy, and understand that, you're you deserve to be really loved. So I'll leave his love with you, Leah. But they're together, and they're having fun. I think they just there's a little bickering here and there, but between the two of them, but it's mostly love. I think it's just, goofing around, like bickering, like ah. It's kind of funny. They're both pretty kind of headstrong in a way. Not headstrong, but like, have their ways. They have their ways. That's good. Hi, Alexa, and yeah, I can. I'm gonna answer user 207. I think user 207's next, so I can. User 207 is asking. You're welcome, Leah. I'm happy to bring that forth for you. It's those. It's that love that really needs to shine through stuff. Like it's important to remember that they're really there. Still supporting you. It's like, and feeling that, through it all, that's all that's what's left. It's there. So big big love and thank you to you too. So all right, so user 207331. Your grandma passed away 2 years ago. Do you know why I can't feel her around me? Well, sometimes, like, if you were really close to somebody, they know that it can, the grieving process too is important, and I think you were really having oh um there's, just having that, they don't want to cause more grief, so they'll kind of stand back. Hi, Sam, how you doing? And so that'll happen. Sometimes it's also just it's they are giving it to you, you're just not seeing it, and sometimes putting that intention out there, like, okay, grandma, if you're around, show me this a pink elephant, um when I need to know that you're around, let me know, show me a pink elephant or something really off the wall, it could be, and then you will, like, all of a sudden be, and you'll be like, what, you can even say something like, show me a pink elephant riding a unicorn, right? And then, to your surprise, you'll see one. So I don't think my mom and granddad handles her care correctly. Oh, yeah. Um, just know that now she is. It's like, Now she's good, you know. Oh, okay. Nice to see you, Samantha. I feel like it's one of those things where we worry about what happened at the end, and it's like just try not to get too caught up in that. I think also when you are asking about, because we're trying to have do all that you could, I mean, could and whatever. Sometimes under stress, we're human. We do things that we're not really aren't in the best interest, and we're not really thinking clearly. I mean, it's a lot of things going on, and um egos involved sometimes. I mean, there's so many factors, and I feel like um once they get there, they're not in pain anymore. They're not. It's all love and understanding that what happened happened, and you know um and I think with the not being able to feel her, sometimes it's good to, user 207-331, you can go on YouTube, and they'll have these guided meditations, and they'll have ones for connecting with loved ones in spirit. Just Google it, connecting with loved ones in spirit. And they'll have them, sometimes they're 30-40 minutes, and you just sit there, sit up so you don't fall asleep, and you close your eyes, and you just, it brings you into this breathing, and you will, like, it might not happen the first time, but um and I think it's just one of those, just doing that, and then and just trying to take away, because we're channels for these, that they're they there's only, if you have a lot of things clogging up the chakras and the channel, there's not going to be the message going through. I'm going to try asking her. She had a great sense of humor. Yeah. Yeah, I love those. Yeah, okay, good. Michael Seeley, yes, Michael Seeley. But you know what? He hasn't put one out in a long time, and I'm wondering, where is Michael Seeley? Like, I miss him. I listen to him, and I'll be like, I like that. I like him. Yeah, he's good. Um, and then the ones with binaural beats, the B A I A U R A L. I'm horrible. Um, it's like, those are good. They have those with guided, and some just with the sound. Those help with just calming the mind too. And then sometimes I think when you're doing, like, brushing your teeth or showering, pay attention to, like, what's coming through. Sometimes your higher self, you'll get these, like, intuition things, stuff like that. That happens when you're just doing mindless stuff, like dishes, and you're not really thinking about anything. If you quiet your mind, things do come through. Yes, it happens. Okay. To you, Alexa? Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, you're welcome, user. You're welcome. Yeah, just be, just don't have an expectation. That's the best. Don't have an expectation. Just just quiet your mind, and whatever comes comes. And then, if you put too much expectations to it, it's not then you start overthinking, so, yeah. And if things come, don't just let it, I think it's sometimes, they come, and you go, okay, I don't know if that was my grandma or if that was in my imagination, but I'm gonna try it again. You know what I mean? Even, whatever. So, but I feel like I feel like she's around you, and I feel like it's just a lot. I think there's just a lot of things happening, and it might, you just need to Take a little time. It's like it's all we all have it. You just have to exercise it. That's all. All right, Alexa. Thank you, user 207331. I like calling you that. I don't care. I don't know if you told me your name, but I thank you for coming. Yeah, don't double guess. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I did that a lot. Yeah. I feel like the meditating really does help. I listen to it in the middle of the night. I have, it's probably, I don't have the Wi Fi headphones, but I have like a wired ones. And they're like, not these, but they go all the way in. These are kind of like that, but they go all the way in so I can even side sleep, and I'll have them in and have my phone on YouTube and just listen to it like 11 hour. I don't sleep 11 hours, but they have 11-hour sleep meditations, and I like doing that because they have ones that they'll have like the subliminal. I'm thinking, somebody could be like saying weird stuff to me in the middle of the night. I probably wouldn't even know. I don't care. Like, it's fun. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So I listen to that stuff while I'm sleeping. Even, I have my favorites. Michael Seeley's one. Yes. Welcome. All right. Well, thank you for coming. All right, Alexa Ann, I think, right? Or is that who was next? Or did I have somebody on? I don't know. Did I have somebody on the before that? I can't remember. Okay. Well, if somebody says anything on anything else, then I'll. But I don't think I did. All right. Okay. Alexa Ann. Let's see what we got. All right. Well, do Oracle of the Mermaids. Oracle of the Mermaids. Oh, your best friend. Okay. Best friend. Ooh, dropping stuff. Let's see. I don't know. This came out. She's like a mom. Okay. Aw. So it says beauty. I feel like did she have like a certain type of grace to her? Like I feel like it was just like I'm gonna sound like I'm being mean to myself, but like I'm pretty awkward. Like I mean like, yes, okay. It's like I feel like I'm kind of like I don't know. Like I'm kind of like, oh, what's her name? The actress that did Hunger Games. I think it's her. She like was like she would go to the award shows and she'd be tripping, and I'm not saying, but I feel like I'm just kind of where like I feel like your best friend felt like a mom. It's more like just grace and beauty and just I got goosebumps. Just think, like this like regalness to her, you know? Yes. Yeah. I feel like there wasn't like a mean bone in her body. I feel like if she did say something about somebody, it was because it needed to be said. Yeah, she would try to be there around. Okay. Yeah. I think the reason too that there isn't really a mean bone in her body, there's too much negativity in her own head to like speak it out into the world too about others would have been would have been a detriment. I feel like it would have been like something like she wouldn't have wanted to do that. I feel like she would have do that to herself. Yeah. I feel like it's she just was so kind to everyone. It's just like you wish she could have done that in the inside. You know, and you said struggle. So yeah, I mean, like I just feel like I felt that even like talking about her, I feel like there was this the way she held herself was to I don't want to say mask, but hide the fact of that. I wish she would have loved herself the way she loved. Yeah, yeah. That was her lesson, really. You know, I feel like I think she had a hard time. I think it wasn't even just, I feel like there was just things she glommed onto from, her she had I don't feel like she had like a she was a mom because she had to be a mom to her mom. Does that make sense? Yeah, childhood. Yeah. She had to be a mom to her mom. So that's why she felt like a mom to you because she was just a mom. That's how she was conditioned to be a mom. She had to be. So yeah. And I feel like it's I feel so much for her. I know that. Um that's hard. And it's hard to come out of that a lot. It's the abuse, you know. Um but then there was a lot of like making sure nobody, like making people make sure people were feeling okay. Um not dwelling on it, but then not really healing from it either. So it's a whole thing. So um yeah, it's sad. I mean, she's gone. So um but it's nothing anybody. Aw. Yeah, well, because that's what people do, I feel like that's what good people do. Yeah. Didn't even know you did that. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's like when you there's like things that are like, things that are born out of pain, right? And her thing that was born out of pain was like she was treated the way she was treated and she knew she would never do that to another person because she knew how that felt. And so she went the other way. But then she never, allowed herself the healing of that. I mean, there's so much beauty that was born out of that pain, but there's still that pain, that she feels. So, um, no, she's your biggest fan. Yeah, she still is. I feel like she's there. Like, I think there's just stuff that she sees in other people or she saw in other people that just she knew. It's like there's that hyper vigilance that you can have after having something like that. So then you are able to then pick the people that are gonna, yeah. Her yes, and her medicine sometimes made her react on her pain. Yeah, yeah. Still love her anyway. Yeah, yeah. I think it's can get yeah. I don't really want to. I feel like you know we don't have to go into how she passed, but I feel like yeah. Well, but I just when she did, yeah. Oh, when you weren't speaking. Oh, yeah, don't ever, blame yourself. She would never want that for you, and she would want you to know that it could have happened anytime, even. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I know. She was at her own hand. I felt that in the beginning. So yeah, I just don't want to, like, not because of tick. I just, we both knew. It was we both knew. Yeah, and I feel like you do. Again, you do know. Just like Leah. You no matter what it just would have came out that way. Even if you were talking, I mean, it would have still happened eventually, or even then. It wasn't because of you. Yeah, good. And it's just like there's so much love, and there's in it. It's the cheerleader aspect of it, of wanting you to succeed. And I feel like sometimes these things happen, just like Disney movies, horrible Disney movies, where they, the parent passes away, right? And then there's a growth that happens of the child, right? I feel like there is that, a lot of that in these us healing ourselves too. I mean, it's like there's a reason for these people being in your lives. They're trying to teach you also, lessons as you're, and that I'm not trying. I hate saying that, like they're lessons, because they're people and they matter to us. But it's also, no, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I think it makes you even, you know. I think, well, that's what we're all here for, is to, like, grow and to, you know, accelerate, higher frequency, whatever, like, I agree with the higher frequency thing, but I always feel like I don't want to say, like, I'm higher frequency, like, what I mean. But it's, you want to excel that, and it's, I think we're all doing it together, you know so yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, times, saying it, I just feel like, like, yeah, yeah, I don't want to lessen what it was. I mean, there was a, even, a best friend, and felt like a mom. She did, the amazing person, and but, we're all here helping each other in some way. Good. Yeah. Yeah. She's there still. She's just, it's like, watching your children grow. You're like, oh, she's doing so good. I think she's just, oh, sorry to hear that, Alexa. Yeah, I had a best friend, and I didn't talk to her in a long time, and then she got into drugs, and she herself, and before doing it to her dad, you know, and so it's like stuff like that. You go, wow, like, you feel like I haven't talked to her in years. I feel like I should have, but I had moved away, and, just were in different aspects. She got into all that after we were, like, I only knew her in high school, but we were best friends. And it's like, you feel, knowing that that person was hurting and you couldn't do anything, but there's only so much you can do, Yeah, and that's the thing, yeah, with all that's going on, and that's, it's her life to and her lesson that you knew wasn't yours to have. It's like we say about, they talk about the higher, being in the energy of somebody, and then, and knowing that that energy isn't for you, and saying, and saying, I'm not going to take that on type thing. It's the same. Yeah. So it's like, it's putting up those boundaries and going, well, I'm not, this isn't mine to feel and mine to, I can't, there's only so much our soul can deal with. So, yeah. But I feel like, she's still there, and I feel like she's, you know, around you, and I feel like you know that already, but like just, and you feel her. So, hi, Kelly. Good evening. How you doing? You do, yeah. And I feel like there's just like like a joke she's kind of saying. Um, thank you, Kelly. So nice of you. I feel like it's like a joke, like kind of like she's like I'm still beautiful, like like kind of making a joke. I don't know. Like I just feel like she's like I'm still just as beautiful. I don't know, something about that card, the beauty of it. Like she's just forever. Like that you hear her say that, yeah. Like I'm still beautiful. you know, like always be remembered that way. Yeah. Um, yeah. But I feel like she's just very you know, she was, yeah. I feel like yeah. That's why that card I was like, okay, I could instantly feel her. Um and it's after the fact learning the lesson too. She's now realizes, like, why did I but that's what we're here for. Oh, hi. Hi, Yvonne. How you doing? Yeah, I'm on tonight. Oh, you did makeup together? She taught you. Oh, yeah. Good. That's so nice. Yeah, I feel like just like she came into your life. I think at that time too, you came into her life at a certain point, and it was a mutual thing. And then like when things got a little bit, got better, and you guys weren't talking, it's, yeah, she needed you too. And it was to feel her own worth, because she couldn't feel that in the inside. So it's to feel value on the outside by helping others. And yeah, yeah, and then you help take care of her. Okay, yeah. So I think it's knowing that you did help her, and help her, and she's also got to help herself. So it's only so much everybody on the outside can do for somebody. You know. Well, leave her love with you, Alexa. Yeah. I feel like there's like I don't know why I want to put like a bow in your hair. I don't know why. Like I just like a big, like I feel like putting up a ponytail, and just like one of those that you really put in, and you make sure there's no like lines. I don't know, right? And then you have like a bow in there. I don't know why. And then it just feels, like, I don't know. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, Alexa, thank you. Sure, Yvonne, I can give you one. I think you can take that. Just reminds me of the 50s for some reason. I don't know why. Like the 50s type of ponytail. Oh, thank you, Pat, for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Um, Yvonne, you want a card? Okay. Let's see, what do we want to do? How's everything going, Yvonne? Good, I hope. Okay, Pat, sure, I can give you a card. I was gonna give Yvonne a reading if she's still here. I think she's still here. Just a quick card. She's in like Ireland. All right, or I say Scottish, right? Yeah. All right. Let's see if Yvonne's still here. She might not be. All right, Pat. Let's see what. Well, wait a second. Let's see. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to think. All right, Pat. Oh, there's Yvonne. Oh, not bad. Thanks, David at the hospital on Thursday. Okay. You decided to go through with the voice box thing. I hope everything's okay. Okay, well, I'll give Yvonne a card. And then I'll give Pat a card. Okay. See what I got. Oh. Oh, this Thursday. Okay. Yeah. Welcome. All right. So here, Yvonne, you got pray. I just feel like you got two. I feel like there's always like a choice. There's I think it's just a perfect card. Yeah. I feel like there's just always like like praying, manifesting, and just putting it out there in the universe and um showing what you want. I think it's also the moon. I feel like just there's a lot to that. I don't know. It's just like a lot of to the I feel like it's just like a coming around in a circle. Sometimes it comes around and then it finally completes itself. It's just like wanting to it's like it takes a bit sometimes. It's just gotta kind of just believe and know that things are gonna work out, because like just staying present with what's going on right now instead of worrying about the outcome, because it's like most times there's you don't have a control over it. Okay, just mean new moons would like go. Oh, yeah, been new. Yeah, been new moon. Doesn't serve you. Yep, that's and there's this working together, which is yeah, you just which is why is it not working together and like making. I feel like it's also learning together, and you just and through that, I mean, it's like completing those yeah the yeah. I feel like just like reaping what learning through those things that is through those that cycle. It's like learning, making sure that the things that you are learning are being like you're reaping what you have. You're gonna yeah supporting each other. Yeah. Well, and work with your healers. Well, you work with yourself. But yeah, I feel like it's just yeah, it's like Putting the belief in there, knowing that you've got the experience, you've been doing the work, and it's just gonna come out the way it needs to. It's all gonna work out. And it's not like always the way it's gonna work out the way you feel, you know? Sometimes it works out in a different way. Um, so I feel like that's there's always like a roundabout way that it happens sometimes, you know. But I think it's that experience that you're learning of, and stuff like that. You're welcome, Yvonne. Okay, Pat. Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate you. Good luck on Thursday. Well, to your husband, but to you too. That'll go fine. I think he'll get some information that is gonna like sway him, and it's gonna have to be done. Like, so. I think he just needs it to hear it. Oh, thank you. So are you. Appreciate you. All right, Pat. Let's see what Pat would want to do. And then Pat will be the last one. The last one. Not forever, just for today. I'm just kidding. All right, I don't know. All right, we got healing spirits, Pat. Okay. Oh wow. All right, so Pat, speak your truth with passion. Look at that. Okay, yeah, tell me. Yeah, sweet dreams. Yeah, let me know. I'm I'll keep you in my thoughts there, Yvonne. So, Pat, speak your truth with passion. I feel like when you're really interested in something, there is like I feel like there's this energy to you. And when you talk about it, it's like, whoa. Um, it's finding that though. You're a medium. Okay. Well, welcome, fellow medium. I feel like it's just that yeah, that inner knowing and that that passion. Um, it's like it's feeling that energy and knowing it's the energy that you're feeling is really it brings you alive. I mean, people can sense it. They can sense it in you. And I feel like with a spirit, there's like, I mean, there's some tells, you have good tells of like really understanding when you're with spirit. And there are ones especially with like feeling like, for me it's my like on my head is more so like um like the shivers and stuff like that. But for you, I feel like it also is like a pushing on the back. Something about your back and feeling spirit. Like um when you're really close, you can feel it like they're almost pushing up against your back. Um, have you tried like trance where you actually like allowing them to come in through you? Because I feel like that's been kind of calling to you, or you do that, or did do that in the past, and you know what I mean. I feel like there's something about that. Um, and then there's just the feeling. Oh, you're going to be doing trance. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's like the next like step. I feel like there's just like I feel like that's like a calling. Um there's something I feel like a mother figure on your pat. Feels like she is very I feel like this she was very influential to you. I don't think she would have believed this like completely like you do, you know. I mean, she knew of it, but I don't feel like she would have I don't think there would have been a frowning upon it, but I think it would have been more of the of you like, you know, like when she was alive, I don't think she would have, you know, but she's like all in it now. I mean, I feel like she's there with you. I think she's oh, she used to be a medium. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I think it was like more though. I don't know why. I felt like your mom, maybe it's your grandma talking about your mom. Maybe your mom's not in spirit, but I feel like it's um like I feel like I just felt like your mom isn't like totally like 100% on board. Someone's not 100% on board. But I feel like um it felt like, yeah, I don't know if it was because at first I said a woman in spirit, but then, you know, like you're saying your grandma was a medium, so maybe I'm feeling like your grandma talking about your mom if she's not in spirit. So with I feel like though it's like maybe it was just wasn't like feeling like you didn't know that you were gonna be in onto it as much as she was. Oh, she's talking about your mom. Okay. Okay. Like trying not to or you know how that works. I'm trying not to overthink. But I I know, you know, your grandma well, your grandma's medium, but I feel like, you know, she's when she was talking about like her in spirit being your grandma because she was talking about your mom not being 100% on board, but in spirit she is like your biggest helper, you know, like she's the one that is like she's like almost how would you say like a teammate or a coworker, you know what I mean? Yes, you know. Okay. Um and I feel like but it's not like I don't want to make it seem like she's the one doing it. You're the one, you know, but she's there like totally like we're a team, you know, like yay, you know, this is awesome. You know, like I'm here, you know, yeah, still, you know. I just think it's still having that being able I think for you too is to still feel her in spirit, that connection with her, you know, you have that um she's like your protector too. I feel like she would have been one to um make like teas. Yes. or some, like special things like that, like nowadays, like you wouldn't really have, right? I feel like it would have been, um, just different ways of putting like different, things that she knew like that would help. Um, I don't know why. I feel like there's like a going back to that for you sometimes. Like you going like, are you like into that like um Ayurveda type, like making sure you go to the natural route, as much as, I try to do that. You get used to, um yeah, okay. I feel like she would have been more of like the herbs and like certain things you should put in there and do this, and um I feel like she would have liked what you I feel like there's a certain outfit that she really liked you wearing. I feel like it might have had stripes. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's something you've worn recently that has stripes that she's saying that she likes. I don't, but I feel like there's something about that, about the outfit. There's some outfit. I, assuming she's talking about you. Um, so yeah, I feel like there's something that she's just she's just something about the style. I don't know. See what else. She just wants you to know that, there's like I don't think you doubt yourself very often, but when you do, don't, because you have you have the best interests involved. Um, I- you know what kind of person you are, and this isn't just on mediumship. This is just in general. I think it's just like just knowing that you are a good person, and just don't doubt yourself. I feel like she's I feel like a lot of, like it seems like sometimes like lives and stuff have their own like themes. I think it's people like just these people are here, at least the people that came today were really cheerleaders, and I think that she is a big cheerleader for you, and um just wanting you to know, like just to feel that love and that um value of yourself, all the time, even though, you do work and help people. It's giving back, but it's also knowing that you, just being you. Yeah, know your fab. Yes, that's right. And just being you is enough, and that's the way it should be. You know. Um, so I feel like, that energy behind you in that card is I feel like her behind you, like just trying to shove all that amazing like light that comes off of you when you're doing stuff and shove it, so it can stay front and center and you could show it off, because I think it's important. And I think that also that I feel like there's like a trance thing that's going to happen. It's going to open up. I think, well, I've done trance too. It does open up a lot more. um there's just brings out other facets of mediumship that's just interesting too. So it's exciting. Yeah, she'll be there for it. Well, thank you, Pat. I think there's this a thing about this too. It's like having it so, you know out there, you know than it was when she was around. It's just great that everybody's like ascending and kind of awakening. It's a great time. I feel like she's just really expressing like how great of a time it is. You know. Well, thank you. I appreciate you and thanks for coming. Well, that's it. I'm gonna call it a night. And thanks for everybody. Thank you guys. And I'm gonna be on just Facebook on Thursday on Prism of Light Facebook page, and gonna do at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, 10 o'clock UK time on Thursday on Prism Light, and I'll see you guys then. So otherwise, I'll be on again Sunday on TikTok and everywhere. So okay, at 3 o'clock. All right, I'll see you guys later.